Welcome to Switch It Up. How's that one? I gave her the opportunity to do the welcome. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Switch It Up. We are Todd and Sheila. And you have to watch some of the earlier videos at the very beginning so you can find out our story and how we got to this point, why we're sitting in this wonderful RV, and why we're talking to you today on a couch. What's today's topic? Because it's important. This is a very important topic today.
As I was saying, this week, we are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary. And so we thought we would give you an inside scoop, a little bit more about who we are. Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing. You did great. I was quiet that whole time.
Like for 10 seconds.
So, from here, we shall roll the intro so we can come back and dive right into it.
And I'm going to breathe while you watch the intro.
I don't know, what does that even mean? Why are you breathing? Why are you breathing?
You don't even know how over the top extra you are sometimes. You're just a lot sometimes.
A man and a woman left their home to switch things up and go on the road. They didn't know where they would go, but it's gotta be better than staying home. They switched it up. They switched it up.
And we're back. That's the transition clap that Sheila likes to do.
You're the one that told me to start the darn thing.
Welcome to 25 years of marriage with Sheila and Todd.
Is that what we're
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. Yes. This week we are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary.
On the road. On the road again.
Why are we on the road for our 25th anniversary?
We are on the road because we had big plans. Because we enjoy traveling, we enjoy hanging out together, and our big plans this year were to take a cruise. And we were going to go cross some things off our bucket list. I wanted to see Iceland, she wanted to see Ireland, and we had come together on this glorious idea of taking a cruise.
That was going to go to both of those places.
And it was thwarted.
I don't know what thwarted.
Thwarted.
It was canceled. That's what he's trying to say. It was canceled.
I'm trying to bring back that old English.
Maybe you should just perfect current English.
I don't know why the words pop in my head. It's not like I read these books, but they just pop in my head.
Todd doesn't read.
I do read.
What was the last thing you read?
This is about 25 years of marriage. We're going to talk about enjoyment.
Okay, so 25 years of marriage. For our entire 25 years of marriage, traveling is something that we have always enjoyed.
Yes.
So we do have, that is a common passion.
Mm-hmm.
I
need like a corncob pipe or something. Yes, and passion is important in 25 years of marriage.
Ooh, we're talking about that.
We are not doing that. It's a family show. And we're not going to stir up this whole
25
passion.
Years.
No.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
No, we're not. Stop it. We said we were going to talk about those type of things.
We're not talking about brown chickens
we're old.
and brown cows.
We're not. Stop it. It's so stupid. This is what we're dealing with. You guys think this is what she does. Now I'm totally messed up.
I know.
I can't even think what I was thinking about. Gosh.
And there went the male mind.
Okay.
Just off.
Yes. No, we were talking about passion, not the other type of passion. We were talking about it's important to have a common passion in a marriage. 25 years, and travel became our passion. And it allowed us to build memories and do things with the kids as well. But only in the last 10 years was it really 12 years, I'd say, probably has been a big component of what we thought about.
Yes, I would agree. We've traveled a lot in probably the last 10 to 12 years. And so even though we couldn't celebrate our anniversary on this great cruise to Iceland and Ireland, here we are in an RV.
We're on a land cruise.
for the whole year. We're
Yeah.
celebrating for the whole year. And I think that that's something that has helped us in marriage. So one tip we have is that you need to have passion.
Let's bring value to this video for you.
Two,
Number two.
a second tip would be is that you have to be willing to be flexible with your expectations. Like, my expectations for 25th anniversary were
Big.
this. And I'm sitting, I don't even know what state we're in, but we're just sitting.
Michigan.
Yeah, we're sitting in an RV lot in Michigan.
In a transition, because we're heading somewhere else.
Although Michigan is beautiful and it is going to make it on my top list.
We're going to talk
I'm
about
sure.
Mackinac and all that fun
yes.
stuff in another video. You're going to get to see that.
Yes,
It's
and
incredible.
that's a great place to spend. I would go to Michigan, Mackinac Island for my anniversary. I think that's a beautiful place to spend your anniversary.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Yes. So, but I think you just have to be flexible with your expectations. You can't always think that something's going to be like, oh, it's going to be grandiose, and then it's mediocre.
So we have
This is grandiose, and this is mediocre, and this is like crap.
Apparently there's levels to this.
There's levels.
Okay, so in 25 years of marriage, we've had experienced all those levels.
Yes, and I guess
Wow.
the goal is to always live and
Limit the crap.
limit the crap. Does the crap and the highs, does it balance out and just become mediocres?
I think it gets better. So I know maybe it doesn't get better for others, but for us, I think it's gotten a lot better. Because through the first portion of your marriage, you're trying to figure stuff out. There's a lot of arguing, and there's a lot of like communication issues. There's a lot of what's your passion, what's my passion. There's a lot of I'm going to go out, and go do something and not do something, and you're going to go do something. You're kind of trying to still live separate but not together. I think that whole first part, and then you throw kids in, and all of a sudden the kids become the priority, and that causes all kinds of issues. And we were a blended family, if you guys didn't know that, so we had issues regarding outside influences as well. So it's been an enjoyable time, 25 years of ups and downs.
Well, I think it's just that 25 years of ebbing and flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've both drug each other through some crap. I mean,
that happens.
and part of that is because we're big dreamers.
Yeah.
Todd is a big dreamer with 1,001 different business ideas.
I've only started probably 12 of those 1,000, and there's been most of them been failures. Right? And you were very tolerant in making it through.
Well, I think that's just one of those things where when you're married, it's something that we're doing together. Like, if this
Right.
is something that you wanted to do
But
or
that's-
to try.
But that's the thing is in marriage that I believe that when they're not a common passion, they were a try. This is this idea, this is the supportive spouse. This is Sheila's idea, this is supportive spouse. And just because you're supportive doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be some great thing. There's going to be a lot of trials that come in that. So I think
can support you while it fails. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
Still
just
sucks,
it
though.
does
Yeah.
it does suck.
But beyond that, here we are in this environment, and this was a common passion. She had dreams of seeing the East Coast one day and seeing the fall foliage. That worked out. I had dreams of, I've always kind of wanted to do something outside the box, and so this kind of fulfills that. And here we are on our 25th wedding
Outside the
anniversary.
box, all of your ideas are outside of the box.
They're not all outside the box. Not everyone. I mean, granted, not everyone runs around in a dinosaur outfit. You're very supportive in those when I have those like epiphanies of doing something crazy.
I
She
don't
is.
know if that's called support or tolerating.
But not all of my yes, my boxes are not always have walls. Therefore, it's not a box any longer. Anyway, we were way off subject. What is something of value we can give to them regarding the last 25? Something that we've learned. Is there something we've learned?
I think there's a lot of things we've learned. I think you guys can look at us and think, okay, we give each other a lot of crap. We have a good time together. You are my best friend. We have had to figure out how to communicate, and that's probably been our biggest hurdle you were asking me about one of the things that we have learned. And so there's been a lot of ups and downs. You guys see us now. We give each other a hard time back and forth constantly. One of the things, though, I think that has been key in our marriage is just being very gracious and forgiving. So like you have said, you drug me through some business failures. I have drug you through some failures on my end, and we've just been about grace and forgiveness with each other. And that's key.
Right.
I think it's very important for people to understand that you really can't fully understand how to give forgiveness until you've understood how to receive forgiveness.
Right.
And being able to receive forgiveness and realize how much you need to be forgiven allows us to forgive each other and, just keep growing. Yeah. And learning new things about each other and learning, there was a time, and I'm sure, I've talked to lots of women in my lifetime about marriage, and there's a lot of times I think you can be married and yet feel so lonely.
Yes.
Like,
we've discussed this a lot.
Yeah, like how can I be with somebody 24 hours a day and we're married and yet still feel so lonely? And I think that when you come back, take all of that aback, and you strip it down, it's about not feeling heard.
Yep.
And I think a key point for us was something that we learned in therapy together, and that was the acronym LOVER.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to explain
LOVER,
that?
Well, LOVER was an acronym that when we're trying to communicate, I think we might have covered this in another video, not sure, so we're just going to recap it. So it's just an acronym. So there's an L for listen. And so like if she doesn't feel like I'm listening, you kind of start walking through this and then you do the rest
So
of
the
the
first part about listening is that I think people, sometimes you listen, but you're listening to figure out what you're going to say next. And instead you just need to be an active listener.
Participant.
Yes, and just listen. And then the U stood for understand. So you then repeat back to make sure what you listened to, what you heard, that you're understanding what they're trying to say. And then what was the V?
Validate.
Yeah. What's validate?
Validate would be like, so let's say Sheila had a horrible day and then I came in and just threw a bunch of crap on the ground and she was like, and then she was like, don't you understand, I was cleaning all day long, and then you came in and you just threw it. And I would say, okay, I need to stop for a second and listen, because it's not just about the crap that was thrown on the ground. There's more to it than that. So you're listening, and then after she would say something, I would say, okay, so if I'm understanding you right, this is what I heard, and then I would repeat back what I heard, and then validate, like her feelings were validated, like, okay, I understand now what you're saying. And if you don't get through that, you kind of have to go to the next step.
Well, you have to keep repeating so validate, you covered understanding, but validating would just really be saying,
right,
your feelings are valid. This is how you're feeling, and that is a valid feeling or a valid thought or a valid. And so then once we would do the V, then we would do empathize, like, okay, I can understand why you feel that way. It makes sense.
And if you didn't get to it, then you'd head to R.
R means repeat, and you repeat the process
until you feel heard.
Until somebody feels heard. And so working through that lover, and sometimes I would just tell him, hey, I need you to lover me. Yeah. I don't need you to fix anything. I just need you to love her.
And then that gives you great input of like, okay, now I have something to work with. As a guy, I needed something to work with.
Yeah, and so that was probably one of the big keys for us in communicating, because if you feel like you're just roommates, or you feel lonely yet you're together all the time, or a lot of it is going to come back to just feeling heard and validated in what you're feeling. So that's been huge for us.
25 years of marriage, of ups and downs, but that that was a key thing. And even when you have this toolbox of stuff, it still gets thrown out the window because you can still feel like, just be angry. People just get mad. Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
And then that's where you have to then you communicate well, and then you've also got to offer that grace and forgiveness, and you got to tailor your expectations.
Yep.
I mean,
I give you big expectations.
yes, a lot of times what people get upset about is typically that their expectations weren't met, right? And so, but you can't have expectations put on somebody else.
Yep.
Like, that just
It
doesn't
work well.
That doesn't work. Nope.
So 25 years of marriage, I think those are some great tips. What can they expect to see from us in the upcoming months?
I think for us is we're big dreamers, and we have some big dreams and some big plans, and it involves you, and we want to bring you along. And one thing with us is it might not work, might fail.
We named our channel appropriately to switch it up.
Yeah, and be like, oh, that might not work out, but we're gonna give it a try.
Oh, and we really enjoy all of your comments and all of the support that we always receive when we read through the comments. And you actually allow us to open boxes to say, oh, we never thought of that. And then that goes down another rabbit hole, another trail, and to try something new. So, I don't know. I'm enjoying our journey. I'm enjoying being married and this season of life that we're living together in this wonderful RV. I don't know where it's going to lead and what's going to happen. And I think that's the most exciting part is we have a schedule, but we don't know what we're going to see tomorrow. Or you go, oh, we're going to be there, but you don't know what you're going to do. All you really know is that we're together and we're doing it. So, memories.
Yes.
Am I talking in a circle?
Yes.
I do that a lot.
Trying to figure
So,
out
where's the rabbit hole? Where's the rabbit going?
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. I get overwhelmed with all the things because it gets emotional and then it gets exciting and then it's like, I don't know. There's just so much fun things that are happening that I love you. I can say that, right?
I
25
hope,
years.
25 years. I
can
hope
say
you
that.
do. I love you too.
Right
And
now I'm hot. I'm sweaty. Does that count? Sitting on this couch?
so romantic.
Well, we had to turn off the AC because we wanted them to be able to hear us, so it's heating up in here. And we're not going to brown chicken, brown cow. No, we're just...
Heating up.
It's not that kind of thing.
But we just wanted to take a minute to just share our life with you to say, hey, it's our anniversary this week, and we're just thankful.
And you get a simple video today, a little peek behind the scenes.
Yeah, just about how we've tolerated each other for 25 years. That's what it is.
And you guys are now tolerating my craziness as well, so congratulations. I always say...
You'll get used to it.
I grow on you like a fungus.
Yes, this is true.
So if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. And you can always go back to watch how we got started in some of our earlier videos. Today, RV Life, we'll be continuing that series, the next video on the RV lifestyle, and helping people along that way. And then we'll share our travel adventures in the next 2 videos after that. So still doing the 3 videos a week. Today was a reflection day and a good moving day for us. And I think it was good just to kind of sit and talk for a moment. It doesn't always have to be exciting. RV life's not always super exciting. Look at us, 25 years of marriage, and this is what we're celebrating. How exciting is
Did
this?
you tell him to like, comment, subscribe?
No,
do all
you just
the
did.
things?
That's it. Do
We
all
need
the
to-
things.
For our anniversary, do all the
Oh
things.
yeah, do it for the anniversary.
Yeah, exactly.
25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe leave a bunch of comments. Who knows?
So now how are you going to end the video? Are you just going to tell them you're out?
No, it doesn't seem appropriate.
I know, I was thinking like a little brown chicken, brown cow.